Hi, I'm Seafer Nathan Head. This is video number 1 in my introduction to the flow state program. Simply today, what we're going to talk about is, one simple technique. In a little while, I'm going to explain that technique to you. It's very simple. But first, I want to set it up by explaining a little bit about how the body works. And you know, it's important to understand that our body is a system of balance. And negative emotions can throw this system out of balance. And when this balance moves into a really uneased state or diseased state, then we start to manifest serious issues in our health and other aspects of ourselves. Now, we have the nervous system, the parasympathetic and the sympathetic nervous system. These two systems are necessary for us to get through life. You know, I won't go into the detail now of the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous system, but I'll tell you this. Most of the people out there today living in stressed, poor emotional states are basically going through their day in the sympathetic nervous state the majority of the time or all the time. Now, what this does is it basically puts you in the fight or flight response all of the time. What that does basically to your internal organs is it draws the blood flow, draws all the nutrients away from your internal organs, as well as other things. Sexual energy is low, urination, digestion's poor. There's a whole host. Sleep patterns, especially because of epinephrine and cortisol that's released into your body during the sympathetic nervous system state. So with all of these things going on in our nervous system, it's very hard to move into a space on a daily basis where you feel flow, where you feel good, where you feel happy, because your system is just not in its optimal state of balance. So the number one technique for bringing yourself back into balance is breathing. Who knew? Breathing is the number one technique. I have a 10,000 page Harvard medical study done by people who are a lot smarter than me. And guess what that 10,000 page study found? That breathing is good for you. Who would have known? So it's not just any kind of breathing though. We're talking about abdominal breathing, where the diaphragm is engaged in inhaling and exhaling. When you were a baby, you breathed perfectly. When we're all young babies, our abdomen expands when we inhale. It contracts when we exhale. Most of you, if you were to try abdominal breathing now, your natural reaction now would be to pull the navel in when you inhale and expand the chest, and then exhale and release the abdomen, which is the exact opposite of the way we should breathe. Or some of us just mouth breathe up in our chest, because as we go through life and our stress levels rise, we start to breathe here. The absolute perfect way to practice abdominal breathing is with your mouth closed. The tongue is lightly pressed to the top of the mouth, and we inhale and exhale through the nose. It's that simple. For now. To practice it, all you have to do is place your hands on your belly button or navel. And when you inhale, I want you to draw a gentle breath through the nose and try and expand your hands and belly outwards. So you gently push the diaphragm down. Now, at first, you mightn't be able to have that connection with your diaphragm. It might take a little while to form that connection and that ability to engage with the diaphragm. So what I want you to do is just feel that expansion, trying to push the belly out. And as you get that pushing out of the abdomen on the inhalation, then on the exhalation, the diaphragm lifts and you draw the navel into the spine. Now again, breathing is something you can do anywhere, obviously, but it's also something that you need to focus on. For me, it took me months of conscious effort to retrain my breathing into this abdominal state so that I'm breathing like that all of the time. Let's have a little think about what you might achieve by breathing with the diaphragm and into the abdomen. Now, when the diaphragm presses down on an inhalation, what happens? We have a whole belly full of organs, our small intestine, large intestine, spleen, kidneys, liver, pancreas, stomach. When the diaphragm presses down, it squeezes all of our abdomen and it creates pressure in the abdomen. What is that going to do? It's going to press and feed and push blood flow through all of the organs. It's going to squeeze them. It's like massaging your organs all of the time. So if we're in a state of dis-ease or unease, and you at first need somewhere to begin, then abdominal breathing is the number one technique. It's been shown scientifically to reduce your blood pressure, reduce your heart rate, and bring on good feelings of connectedness and also calmness. So give abdominal breathing a go. It's something you're going to need to practice. I hate to tell you this, but change involves a little bit of work. You know, who knew? If you sit doing what you're doing right now and you don't make a change and you keep doing the things that you're doing right now, the results that you're going to get are exactly the same. So engage with me. I'm going to take you through this series. Start with the abdominal breathing. Let's practice it 6 times now. All you have to do, place the hands over the navel or the belly button again. Mouth closed, tongue to the roof of the mouth. Inhale, breathe in. Exhale, contract. Inhale, breathe in. Exhale. Keep breathing, inhale and exhale while I talk. If you start to feel lightheaded while doing any kind of breathing exercise, you want to make sure your exhalation is about twice as long as your inhalation. Let's do one more nice deep breath. Really try and get that abdomen expanding on all sides. Excellent. Take 5 minutes every day. You can do it anywhere, eyes open, just abdominal breathing, mouth closed, tongue to the roof of the mouth, inhale, exhale through the nose. If you can't hold if you can't hold the inhalation as long as I was, or the exhalation, that's fine. Start with what's comfortable. We're not trying to create tension, we're trying to create relaxation. So if something feels like it's creating more stress or more discomfort, just let go, just breathe. I'll see you in the next video.